welcome back to H3 Weapon Deep Dive. Today's a very special day. We are taking a look at a very iconic gun. This is none other than the Scorpion. This is the VZ64, spawns here in Home Pistol Machine Pistol VZ64 or VZ if you're Canadian. It's chambered in .38 auto, has its own folding stock, goes over the top, and it is full auto, has its own little magazine, 20 round magazine. Oh, it's cool. Let's check it out. All right, let's talk about the Scorpion, and this time I'll start the recording. Oh, thank God I noticed it before I started the recoil test. Okay, we've got a selector switch with a safety on it, so if you press left on the trackpad, you can go between all the options. We've got 0 is down, that's the safe position. Semi is back, and full auto is 20, that's the forward position. Whee! All right, we've got a magazine release. If you press down on the trackpad, you'll release the magazine as like that. The bolt, it does not have a bolt release on it, unfortunately. Does not have a hammer cock or decock either. So that's all you get on the trackpad. Let's see what we get on the actual unit itself. Well, you can grab, here, let me take the compensator off there so it's a little less confusing. You can, to get the folding stock here, you grab this front area right around where the barrel is and pull it all the way back. Same thing to go back. You got to grab this back area. Grabbing on this part of the stock won't do any good. There you go. Let's take a look at what happens on empty. I'm in semi-auto here. Whoops. There we go. On empty with the magazine in, it'll lock like halfway back in this position. That is not a fireable position. You've got to pull it back and release it again to get back to shooting. Every time, manual. Attachments. Well, no rails. So you got no spot for red dots, got no spot for lasers. Oh well, what are you gonna do, right? How about compensators? Why, yo, hello. Hey, whoa. Spiral that compensator on there. It'll go. Whee. How about suppressors? Hey, get back there. Yeah, suppressors will go on a little bit easier. Come here, you. How about a spot for a foregrip? No such luck, but there is a grippable area in the fore area. Got to grab up there and hit your grip button or grippy on your grip stick, and you're good to go. How about a stock? What? It's already got a stock. Well, let's see. Can we put a stock on the stock with the stock? No. Well, somebody thought of that already, and that is not allowed. So there you go. Look at the sights with the stock folded. Pretty not so good. Do not like these sights so much. Front post isn't too bad. It's fairly large. Rear notch is really tiny. It is pretty tricky to find that front post, especially with all this visual clutter going on. So let's fold the stock back here and see. That's a lot better. You still got these tabs, which do look distinct from the front post, so you can kind of use those visually to realize that you're out of whack and then line those up. You can also line the tabs up with the edges of the rear post there. See how that works? So yeah, we're gonna have to make that work. Finally, on to the recoil test. We've got a lot of options here. We've got safe and full auto. We've got stocks that can fold. We've got a grippable fore area. Got a lot of stuff to cover here. All right, starting with semi-automatic pistol style. Here we go. 9.14. Hey, not so bad. A little wiggly. Couldn't quite get a nice grouping going, but hey, that's not too bad. Let's throw the compensator on there. See how we do. Felt better. 9.5. Shot better. Yeah, a little better. I'm getting a little wiggle left and right. That's just because I think I'm a little out of practice. but that's a really good result. I'll take that. Let's try it with a suppressor. I was noticing it's kind of difficult to put on these attachments with that stock folded up like that. Here we go. 8.8, very respectable. Let's try it with the stock folded back. $9.5, same as the compensator. Now let's try it with the compensator. $9.75, improvement. Not a huge improvement. We were already at 9.5, so we were already doing really well. Hey, that's a good group. And the suppressor. $9.25. All right, let's try two-handed semi without the stock, which is always difficult. I'm going to try my trick of actually extending my hand out after I grab it to see if I can make this a little easier to control. No, it's just a pain in the ass. I don't know what it is about that foregrip. Ugh. Yeah, terrible result. 6.8. Ugh. Two-handed with the compensator. Not so bad. 9. That's a pretty big improvement over that 6.8. The main problem with the 6.8 was it was just difficult to aim. Let's try the suppressor. Pulling to the left. 8.9 though. Pretty good numbers. Not so bad. All right. Two-handed semi with the stock out. This is going to be interesting because this is actually a default configuration. A little wiggly, not bad. The numbers are great. The numbers are 9.3, but that doesn't look like a 9.3 to me because you've got a bunch of 8s and 7s. Two-handed, stock and comp. A lot of wiggle. Still a lot of wiggle, but the numbers are looking good. 9.35. 9.35. I don't know if the compensator really helped on that one, though. All right, we're going commando. Stock and suppressor, two hands. Sure does have a lot of drift in it, but still it's putting out a 9. It's got a weird randomness to it. All right, now we're on the fun part. For me, full auto. Here we go. 1 on the paper, so that's a big fat 0. Not surprising. Full auto with the compensator. Oh, still not good enough. Still a 0. Let's try the suppressor. Nope. Stock back, full auto, pistol style. Okay, so your pistol style default full auto configuration gives you a 5.65. Pretty decent, not great. Let's throw a comp on there. All right, now we're talking 7.35. We're getting some controllability out of this. Suppressor with the stock. 6. So, not as good as the compensator. And finally, two-handed. Whoop, there we go. Two-handed, full auto. Oh boy. Yeah, off the paper. Not surprising. Full auto, two hands with the compensator. No, I think we got a couple. I think a couple of those were legit. Still, 17 out of 20 rounds, 17 points out of 20 rounds, with the first one being 10. So 7 points out of 19 rounds. I'm not going to count on that. And that's with a comp. Let's go suppressor. Nope, still not enough. Two hands in the suppressor is not enough to keep it on the paper. All right, the all-important default configuration for two hands. So we got two hands and the stock folded back in full auto. Let's see what we get. Ooh. An 8.25. That is quite respectable for something you're just going to get as a drop. Not too shabby. All right, comp stock, 2 hands. This should be our best performing on the recoil test. Ooh, 8.7. 8.7. Pretty good. Was hoping for a little better. Finally in the marathon event, stock back, suppressor on, full auto, 2-hand grip. Here we go. Ooh, 7.2. Pretty respectable. Pretty respectable. Not about what I would thought, but I'd kind of hope for more. Whoa, it was a marathon. But there you have it. The Scorpion. Iconic. It is not bad. I thought the sights weren't going to be so good, but during the entire recoil test, I didn't really have to redo any tests for bad shots. I got pretty much 10s almost every time. So, hey, the sights aren't as bad as I thought. And that's good news. Having the folding stock is incredibly helpful. And the foregrip area isn't the worst I've had. So, you know, all in all, it's not too shabby. The 20-round magazine is a little small. Well, anyway, if you're careful with it, it'll work okay. Yeah. Till next time, I'll see you. Oh. It's a good thrower.